Good morning.
Hi. How's it going? Why do we always laugh when we do that? Have you noticed that?
Every time.
We're just like, hi. Oh, it's so funny.
But nothing's funny.
And nothing's funny. I guess we're just happy people.
We are.
We are shiny, happy people.
Yes.
I have been going back through like the 90s grunge. And the Shiny Happy People song. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
It's so funny. Anyway.
Whenever I hear Shiny, I always makes me think of Moana and the crab when he sings,
right.
I'm so shiny.
Yeah.
Like, I love that song.
And now everybody hates you because you just got that in their heads.
I know. But it's good to be
You
shiny.
could go shiny, happy people or shiny.
Either way.
Anyway.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah. Welcome back to Caffeinate and Hydrate.
Yes.
Let's start
What
out.
are you drinking?
So mine is really fun because I asked for an Americano with heavy whipping cream. And if you look on here, there's clearly no cream in here.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did they put in here? So I took a sip because I just figured maybe they forgot. But it looks like they wrote honey and it tastes like there's honey in it. So I'm drinking an Americano with honey.
Which is
from,
so good.
yes, from Cafe Merc, which
Yeah.
we have to talk about them in a second.
Yeah. I'm doing an Apple Jacks Americano, which for those who are unfamiliar with Apple Jacks, it's honey and cinnamon, and it is, it's my go-to. It's pretty dang good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably gonna take me all day to drink.
I'll probably have this gone by the end of the show, let's be honest.
I really like Americanos with cream because I really like the fat content in it. I feel like that just sets them off. So,
So
I
good.
mean, the honey's good, but I would rather have cream than sweetener, so that's where I'm at. But Cafe Merc, so they had to close down one of their locations, and it like super bummed me out.
I'm so sad. Because I loved Lavender Kitchen too.
Mhm.
Kai over there she was awesome. She catered several events for me, and
That's great.
I loved them. So I'm
Yeah.
super sad they're not there.
I know, and they
bummer.
said that they were having trouble with their landlord, which
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. So
Boo
we're not
that
landlord. We're not really like going there, but it's just really unfortunate because I think a lot of businesses are really starting to feel the impact of COVID. I mean, I'm in the same boat with. I have not had regular classes in this space since March.
Yeah, almost going on 4 months, right?
Yeah.
And it sucks. And right, I think you had like the PPP loans, and you had the EIDL loans, which are great, and I'm super grateful for both of those. But they only last so long, and when you're running a small business and you're completely self-funded, they don't last very long.
And
they can't get you through 6 months,
right?
With not your normal revenue.
Yeah, and the thing with those too, I think, is like a lot of times they end up putting you in a worse position than you started with, because when you get to the end of that money, you're like, okay, well now I still can't pay my bills, and
I have a loan payment,
and I have debt. So
yeah,
this thing is tilting again. Oh my gosh.
Just go like this.
Sorry that we're crooked. It literally did not move like all this time.
It started out straight.
Yeah. I wonder if I should I'm going to try to adjust it really quick while we're recording. So pardon the interruption, folks. I don't know what it did. That's so weird. I'm going to try to
Oh, that's okay.
That is so bizarre. Like, we sat here for a good, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
And it was fine.
It's all right.
All right, well,
We'll figure it out.
we're just going to be a little crooked.
Looks good.
All right.
Okay.
So, continuing on. Sorry for the interruption. What's new with your business this week?
I did a very in-depth competitive analysis this week, and which is great. You got to do those types of things because you got to know where you are with market share. And holy shit, it was honestly kind of heartbreaking to see. And now, granted, I'm like barely 6 months into this business, and my competitors have been in it for a lot longer than I have. So of course they have a lot more online existence than I do. But for example, one of my competitors has like 7,200 backlinks. That's a
lot.
freaking ton.
Guess how many I have?
Many. 150, and I thought I was doing pretty good. And for only being in business as long as we have, it's great, you know.
Yeah.
I'm very well versed in SEO, so I know what to do, and so I've been doing it on my own. But after I did that, and most of my competitors had over 2,500.
Wow.
Yeah, and that takes so much time.
Yeah.
And you know, I had to kind of have one of those talks with myself, like, hey, look, you know, if you're really gonna do this, then do it. And so I hired a company to do my SEO this week. So that's it's exciting. It's very exciting.
Yeah. Now, is this the same one you've been talking about, or are you
totally
like
different?
Okay, so you went a different direction.
Well, I still have the SEO because that's a software.
Yeah.
That does some of the things, but I wanted more like humanized SEO content. And so I went with, or I did in addition, you know, this other company, because I want the link backs to not just be like in comments, because that, you know, Google's changed their algorithm and that doesn't really work anymore. So this is genuine content written by human beings in Utah that, you know, so I feel good about the company that I decided to go with, and I interviewed several, and it was hard because, you know, with the Mox agency, that's what we do, a big part of that is SEO. But I found that for me, for my business, I kept putting it more on the back burner. Right. And I'll get to it, I'll do it. But I just kept running out of hours. So it was a little weird, but I did end up hiring somebody just because I kept putting my company on the back burner and putting, you know, my Mox agency clients first, which I feel like I should be doing. Right? Yeah. So so that was exciting. I'm excited to see what they can do. I read several of their case studies, and they were really great. So I'm excited to increase the organic traffic, because your conversion rate on organic traffic is so much higher than it is on some of your paid traffic. So that's really exciting. I wrote an article on why you need a weighted blanket now more than ever, and it got picked up by USA Today. So I was super excited for that.
Very cool.
And a few other fairly big, you know, publications. So I was
nice.
Really
so
excited.
Tell us like what that looks like. So you just you post the blog post on your site, and they found you, or how?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So really, all I did is I just put it up on the website, and I mean, you kind of just hope for the best, see who finds it. After I'd gotten picked up by a couple different publications, I actually went and then did a full release. I have a publication company that I work with, and so I reached out and I was like, hey, like, what do you think with this and this? And they were like, oh yeah, let's do a big nationwide campaign, and so we did.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I was super stoked with that. So
nice.
I'm hoping that it'll bring in a tremendous amount of business.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I don't have anything that fancy. I'm kind of operating in a strange place, because normally, when we want to look at growth, we start, I mean, we do the things you're doing.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
We haven't been doing that. And it's kind of, it's really hard. And I think that I'm sort of like in this place of, well, do I make sure that I can make my lease payment each month? Right. Or do I try to grow my business?
And that is a super crappy place to be. Like to have to choose between one of those. And maybe this will help. I came at it from, well, if I don't increase my business, then there isn't going to be a rent payment to have to make, because we're not going to be in business anymore.
That's totally.
So that's why I took the plunge.
That's great. I think it's great that you are. It's interesting, because normally we would be a little bit more risky. And really, running a business is risk. I tell people all the time, it's like legalized gambling.
It is. Because you really, like with SEO, it's a total gamble.
Yeah, and ads.
And your paid ads, you can put all this time and all this money into it, and they could totally flop. You know, I recently did a campaign, and it was super expensive, and it just totally sucked. However, I do think that the company that I was working with was like crazy fraudulent with some things. So
that's not good.
Yeah, so I'm looking into that a little further, because their numbers aren't quite adding up. So I think that they're not being totally.
I've even been doing my own ads, and they're not performing like they have.
Yeah.
And you would think that right now, the algorithms would be more favorable.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Which is hard. And I kind of noticed that as well, because I usually, like, when I'll run social media ads, I usually will pay anywhere between 10 to 15 cents a click, that's extremely good. And granted, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know the ins and outs. Typically, you're more along the lines of 85 cents to like 120-ish, I would say is pretty average. But I did one campaign, and I paid like 60 cents a click, and I was like, what in the hell? It was way higher than what I usually pay.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of weird. So I pulled back on that, and I've invested in some other areas.
Yeah, it's just a weird time. And even so, like for me, normally we have a good 50-50 mix of returning versus new customers.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like at 75% returning right now, despite having ads going. Like usually I can
those
turn
ads
off.
will be new.
Usually that tips it so that it's more of like a 40% returning and a 60% new.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And so I'm like,
what's your bounce rate?
should I even continue? Oh, I don't know.
Your bounce rate is super low though with your return.
Yeah.
Because those are people are interested in.
Yeah. And and I've been watching my conversion rate, and it's kind of holding steady, but it's kind of just interesting because like you look at that and you're like, well, should I even be investing in ads? What are they doing for me?
Where do I go? Right.
So all they're doing is dragging my conversion rate down because...
Which sucks, because you're like, I'm getting all this traffic and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you look at your bounce rate and it sucks. And then you look at your conversion rate and it totally sucks. And you're like, but I'm getting a lot of traffic.
Right. So it's a weird time. And so I've been telling, Taylor this month, it's really strange because I'm like, okay, well, I have 75% returning. Let's engage them.
Yeah, that's your low-hanging fruit, and they're not even taking the bait.
Doesn't even work. I'm like, I am doing everything I know how to do. I have done everything I know how to do. I sent out some really cool specials, and there's just like very little
engagement.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. So I don't know if
I think people are still holding on tight to their
everything is really uncertain, and I think that's part of it. I know that my spending habits have changed, and I'm like, well, I saved a lot of money staying home. Maybe I'll just keep doing that. And that's hurting everybody. It's hurting our business. It's hurting local restaurants. Like I've talked to them. They're all in the same boat. And it's just kind of like, well, what do we do from here? Where do we go from here? And so this has really forced us. And I think we've talked about this, how as entrepreneurs, we're really great about getting outside the box. And my employees all hate me. All of my yoga instructors, I know that they don't say they do, but they are like, man, this girl likes to shake things up because I've changed everything again.
That's okay.
So I'm actually I'm going to try something different for July. I'm going to do like a Christmas in July kind of thing where everybody who orders over a certain amount will get a free gift. And it's going to be like legit. Like I'm doing a vitamin C serum as the gift or a beard oil because everybody's like, it smells so good. It's like, it's citrus and cedar. It smells so good. I'm like, I wish Taylor would put this in his beard because I just want to smell it. And then I'm doing the vitamin C serum, which obviously smells like orange. It's like really summery and just nice, and we'll see if that gets me in traffic. I don't know. I'm at a loss. And
so hard.
We usually do events during the summer, like the farmers market.
And there's no events right now.
Nothing.
And that totally sucks because, with weighted blankets, the summertime is a lull. And so we count on, I was counting on different events that we would do because once people feel the blankets and they're so soft and luxurious, it's an easy sell.
Right.
It's a really
so
easy
much
sell.
easier to do in person than it is over the internet. It really
So
is, and it's a struggle.
Yeah, I was really banking on that, but that's business. You know, things are always changing.
So, you know, at this point, we'll see if I make it through this.
You will. We gonna put it out in the universe, and everything's gonna be
I have
fine.
to say, like, for all of the disasters that we have been through as far as a company in my personal life affecting business, it is a damn miracle that we're still here. And
so
it seems like
be proud of that.
Right. Like it seems like every time we feel like everything's about to go belly up, something happens. And it's pretty incredible. And you know, I think having a great friend like Steve Conlon, I'll just give him a little shout out, is amazing because he sort of knows where we're at as a company, because he's my like mentor. He gives it to me straight. And so when he reached out about that, like, if we hadn't had that bump in sales of hand sanitizer, we would not be here today. I 100,000% guarantee that.
Which would be so unfortunate.
Yeah, and right? Everybody would be so sad. Our customers are so freaking loyal.
I repeat. I mean, I use several products every day. So that would be.
Yeah, I know. And you know, honestly, I will be honest. I have been thinking about, okay, if I have to shut down, what does that look like? I will still be making this shit in my kitchen. Let's be real. Like, so
so what you're telling me is
I can't just turn it off because I am committed to my customers.
Yeah. Well, and it's a passion project.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much more than just sales and algorithms and conversion rates. You know, it's your livelihood. This is who we are. This is what we do.